Hey, what's up, guys? We're on take 2 of this video. So anyway, hey, we're going to be talking about how to deal with a bad behavioral health therapist. So first off, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I made a video on my complete history on behavioral health in the Army. However, it was a broad spectrum. I didn't go into specific details because it was a very long video. I'm going to go into details about a psychiatrist and a psychologist that were bullied me. They were fucking assholes and they just didn't give a shit. So we're gonna get into that real quick. So right before I got out, I switched clinics because I was dealing with my commander gossiping about me to behavioral health going behind my back and gossiping about me. So I filed an IG complaint. I said I refused to go back to this clinic, and when I did that, I moved clinics. I went from Robinson to West Liberty. West Liberty was impressively better, but there was a problem, and that was my psychologist, who was a fucking pussy. So when I would talk to this dude, he would mock me and make fun of me and giggle at me. Maybe he was trying to be lighthearted, but I don't think he could understand the intensity that I was fucking giving him, and that I couldn't handle that in that moment. So I talked to him about how I don't believe I have a personality disorder, and I was met with pure aggression. Yeah, well, what about the multiple suicide attempts? And, in therapy, Ice brought this up on my podcast. You're supposed to be touchy-feely in a therapy session. And this dude who's never served in the military comes and talks to me like that. Well, first I thought, I'm going to beat the fuck out of this liberal pussy motherfucker. Who the fuck's he think he's talking to? That causes me anguish. I don't feel comfortable talking about that unless I bring it up. I relive those memories sometimes. It's fucking, I have nightmares about it, and you're gonna bring it to my face to fuck with me about it? Man, fuck you, pussy. But, then I told him one day I wanted to go special forces, and he goes, oh, they're not gonna take you, because of the multiple suicide attempts. So I snapped that motherfucker. I said, oh, so it's over now, huh? I guess there's no meaning to life now. I guess you should just give up because I'm talking to you, right? I guess I'm a weak soldier for talking to you, right? Right? Fucking pussy shut his mouth and changed the subject. I really kind of wish I got up and smacked the fuck out of that little bitch. I probably could have made him cry too. What's that gonna fucking do? That's just gonna send me to jail. That's gonna make Taylor happy. And I don't like making Taylor happy because Taylor's a dumb bitch. Fuck her. But yeah. So here's what I should have done. And I did this in Walmart. You file a nice complaint. You have rights as a patient. You can sit in your session and refuse to talk. And if they try to force you to talk, holy fuck, report that shit. You can sit there and play on your phone and be rude. Well, not be rude verbally, but just ignore your therapist. Say, I'm not comfortable talking. I'm going to sit on my phone during this session. You really are in control in behavioral health in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, you're not. And that's where you got to be careful. Let these therapists get butthurt and call your commander and say some shit. Okay, go ahead. File a nice complaint. Behavioral health is designed for the soldier to help the soldier. Not diagnose them with a personality disorder and chapter them out real quick because you don't like them, like some command teams think. You want to know why there's a suicide epidemic in the Army? I saw this. Soldiers were going and getting help, and they ended up back on the cycle. First thing, the specific clinic, the Robinson Behavioral Health Clinic. They gossip about me behind my back to my leadership. I have fucking documentation proving that too. They wouldn't tell me. There was stuff that they were telling my CO behind my back that they wouldn't tell me. And I can promise you, if they just told me about it, it would have made the situation all better. Here's an example of that. I was confined to post, and I had no fucking idea what was going on. And they told me, it's too late. Your commander confined you to post. What the fuck do you mean? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. And they wouldn't tell me, so I got aggressive. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I got aggressive because I was terrified. I'm going to tell you guys my deepest, darkest secrets. And you're going to tear those deepest, darkest secrets with my commander? Are you fucking kidding me? Go fuck yourself. You can only share things with my commander. if it involves me threatening myself, threatening other people, there's 9 times formally you can violate a soldier's HIPAA rights per Army regulation. But apparently there's 30,000 according to Robinson Behavioral Health Clinic. One time I went into a behavioral health section and I vented. I'm like, why can't you people help me? You guys keep going behind my back. And I said this wasn't smart, but I was just out there, man. I was crashing out. And I said, you people make me want to fucking drink. How does this make sense? You're here to help me and you make me want to fucking drink. I get better therapy from a fucking bottle of liquor than I do from you fucking people. Oh, the tech there didn't like that. She thought that I was directing it at her versus understanding that I was yelling through her, and I kind of get where she was at. So she told my commander, and I have documentation to prove this, that I was cursing. I'm an 11 Bravo in the 82nd Airborne. I curse. I'm violent. I also have fucking problems I need to work on. Of course I'm gonna vent it out violently. Also, one might say, well, why did you do that? Why didn't you understand that maybe that person can handle it? You're right. Why did that fucking person not understand how to deal with soldiers? Every session where I would go to a walk-in, I would vent just like that. And there was never a problem until that day. What the fuck happened? And then on top of that, she didn't talk to me and tell me that I was making her uncomfortable, that I was cursing too much, and that I felt attacked or anything like that. She just sat there, called my commander, told her about it. And then I didn't know about it till I got out of the Army, got my documents released to me, and read about it. Why the fuck couldn't you just tell me about it? And you know what? I could sit here and ponder that all I fucking want, and it won't help. There are people like that. And you don't have to put up with that fucking behavior. Tell them I'm not comfortable talking to you. I'm leaving. I refuse to speak to you. You made me uncomfortable. Get up. They insulted you the way my psychologist insulted me, saying, my multiple suicide attempts. File an ICE complaint against them. Tell them this person insulted me. If necessary, sharpen EO. Don't put up with their bullshit. Walk out. When I was in Walmack, our weekend provider was a psychiatrist called Dr. Howe, alright? There's another story. Dr. Howe decided that it was a good idea to violate people's HIPAA rights. She would share personal information with other patients. She was also fucking crazy. So my battalion commander at the time was Lieutenant Colonel Wu Shen. I do not like Lieutenant Colonel Wu Shen because he is a self-absorbed douchebag who was out for his OER. And his wife, Lieutenant Colonel Shen, was the Deputy Chief of Behavioral Health. And Dr. Howe told me that woman was going through my medical records. And here's the truth. Lieutenant Colonel Shin was not going through my medical records. She took advantage of my mental health, full well knowing that I tried to kill myself, to make fun of me, to laugh about it. Somehow the Army said this bitch is qualified and made her a psychiatrist. She drove my friend fucking crazy, who was bipolar, to a point where she lost it multiple times. She fucking broke out of the psych ward. And then at some point she said, I'm not talking to Dr. Howe. I refuse to. The hospital has to respect that. They can get aggressive with you, say you're making me uncomfortable. Don't put up with that. You're supposed to feel comfortable and safe in the hospital. If they're not doing that, fuck them. File a fucking ICE complaint against them. Don't put up with their shit. I didn't put up with their fucking shit. I'll give you an example. One time we had a class on boundaries and how to set clear boundaries. And then I would set clear boundaries with the staff, and they would ask me questions like, I'm not comfortable answering that. Well, we have to answer that. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable answering it. Well, we have to. I said, what the fuck is going on here? How the fuck are you people going to take our time, sit us through these bullshit mental health classes, and tell us to set boundaries for people when you don't respect our boundaries ourselves? Kind of defeats the purpose, right? I'll never forget, I stunned them. They were quiet, and then all of a sudden, they started respecting my wishes. I wouldn't recommend doing like that. I'm just a loudmouth motherfucker, and I don't put up with people's shit. Dr. Houck had multiple ICE complaints against her, and she was removed from the ward. She was not allowed to treat patients ever again. I remember going back to the ward to visit some of the staff, and they told me, yeah, Dr. Houck can't treat patients anymore. And that's partially because my friend, who witnessed her violating HIPAA rights, she filed an ICE complaint against her. And things were good. Things were good. I'm sure this dude meant well, but he was not tactful. I guess maybe because I was venting aggressively that he thought he could just, I don't know, talk shit to me. And I kind of understand that, but I wish I filed an ICE complaint against him. And, you know, I didn't do that. And you know what? There's going to be somebody else in the same situation. So, buddy, if you're watching this, I want you to know. Here's what you do. IG, ICE, you have rights. And guess what? Talk to your command team if they really have an issue with it. And then if they somehow try to UCMJ you or something, because God forbid a therapist lies, which has happened before, and says that you caused a scene, and they try to UCMJ you, well, file an IG complaint, demand a trial by court-martial. There's a lot of things you can do. This is your mental health. You need to get better. You do not deserve to have other people take their petty opinions and try to bring you down. You deserve to get better. Alright guys, this is Cobra One. Thank you. See you later.